Hi everyone, it's Tammy at Creative Girl Vintage. In this project video, we are making the cutest Valentine decoration. There is a kit available for this one, and also stick around and I will show you the bonus images I tucked in the back and where you can get project ideas for those as well. So let's do what we do best around here and get this crafting project started. Quickly, before we get started, I wanted to say thank you to the very talented Debrina Pratt at Pixie Dust Files. We all know her and love her. She has designed the images that we're going to be using today exclusively for us here at Creative Girl Vintage. This kit is available in my shop, and this video will serve as a tutorial. You can find my shop link in the description box below. You're going to need a few basic crafting supplies, and they are listed and linked below as well. So I think we should get started by getting our paper ready. Okay, so I'm going to pull out our little Valentine girl, her little butterfly fairy wings. And we've got all of these beautiful images here that are going to cover our block and some little Valentine words. And real quick, let's just look at this. You can see the paper all the way around, how beautiful it looks. And I always feel like I love the back of my work to look beautiful too. So I added some vintage sheet music to the back of our little girl and her wings and her words here. And you can see how pretty that looks. So, you know, it's just kind of an optional thing, but I included a couple sheets inside this kit for you, so you can do it as well. So starting out, you guys, all right, let's lay the sheet music out here and take our little girl. And I won't glue this one since I have one already done up and ready for us for camera. But I'm just using the stick glue, okay? And you guys that have been with me a while know we always like to do this. I'll take the glue and put a beautiful even coat on the back. And we will lay it right here on the sheet music, okay? And then I'll do the same thing here for the little butterfly wings and for the words. Now on mine, I went ahead and put it on the back of the Be Mine, but I used the Valentine down here at the bottom, so it doesn't necessarily need to have the sheet music on the back. So you don't have to put that on if you don't want to. Once everything is glued down, you want it to dry nicely, so I always grab a book or two and pop it on top. Today's books are, these are from 1918. This is Dear Bill, Mabel's Love Letters to Her Rookie, and this is Dear Mabel, Love Letters of a Rookie. These are just so sweet, aren't they? So we'll just put the books down on top of this, on top of our images, let that glue dry, let everything get nice and flat, and just set that aside. And grab your little squares right here, and let's just start by cutting each one of these little squares out. Okay, this block we're going to be using is 2 inches by 2 inches, and these little squares should match up for you just right. So we're just cutting along the lines here and cutting out all 6 of our little squares. All right, I've got all 6 of my images cut out here and ready to go. So let's grab our block. And then you can decide where you want to put your images, where you want your front and your sides to be. So that's totally up to you. This little polka dotted one here, I'm going to choose for the top. And I'm going to use a generous amount of Mod Podge with my paintbrush and just go on here, making sure I get all the edges. Okay, and lay this little image on right here. Press it down. Okay, and now this is a totally optional step that you can do while you're doing this and going around, is take your little sanding block and you could just go around and kind of burnish your edges a little bit here. Gives it a little bit of a vintage look, and we're going to go back in with some distress ink too at the end, kind of to finish off that look. So now I know I have my top right here. So I think for my next image, I'm going to choose this one right here, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. just cover this block with the Mod Podge and put my little image on right there. If you have a teeny bit of wood showing, don't worry about that. Like I said, we're going to go back in with the Distress ink, and it's going to be really pretty on the edges. Okay, I'm going to continue just to pick another little square here, and I'm going to go all the way around and cover my entire block. All right, we've got the entire block covered. Isn't that pretty? And you can kind of go through, if you have any little edges maybe that are sticking up, just take a little glue with your finger and just kind of push everything down. I'm going to go for a little bit more of Vintage Photo, and I'm just going to go around the edges of the block, and you can see, isn't that just so pretty? I mean, come on. We just love things looking vintagey around here. That is for sure. Okay. Yeah, so let's see, where'd I miss one here? I got the sheet music on the bottom. Here, I missed the hearts. All right, everything is all ready to go with the block, okay? So now I'm going to wave my magic Cutter Bee scissors, and what do we have? We have everything all cut out. Can you believe that? I mean, really? So basically, you guys, you know, you started out with this, your image on the sheet music. Just grab your little Cutter Bees and just do the fussy cutting around your little doll and her little butterfly wings. And you have everything with really pretty little backs all ready to go. And since we had our ink out, let's go ahead and just ink up her edges a little bit. She will coordinate with her block. Okay, and the little words too. I love the way this looks on the color pink. Really has a nice look about it. Okay, finish up Valentine. There we go. Everything's all inked up and ready to roll. Okay, so we're going to put our little girl together with a little stand. Okay, so this is a little 1/2-inch block, and when I'm looking at her left foot is the one I want to glue the block behind. I'm going to use my hot glue gun for that and just put a little dot of hot glue. That would be if I had a glue stick in there, we would do that. So maybe I should put a glue stick in. Okay, here we go. We're doing it again. All right, a little dot of hot glue. Take her block, and I just kind of set it all down here just so I know everything is just kind of all even there. Okay, and here's the little stick. And what we're going to do here is this is going to glue from the block up her leg all the way through her neck, right here to the top of her head. Let's just make a little mark here where we need to cut it. I'm just going to use my little cutters here. These cut this real easily. Okay, and hot glue up her leg, and I want to go right in the middle of her neck there. Try to stay in the middle of her leg there and the middle of her neck. Otherwise that stick will show from the other side. So see, when we flip it, it's hidden back there. So that's the support she's going to need, and she has a little stand now. So let's go over to the block, and she's going to stand right there. Okay, first let's take her little fairy wings, and I'm going to bend them this way. Okay, and add a bit of hot glue right to the center and lay them right on back here. And you can see they have a really cute little 3-dimensional look about them. That just glues right on there to that little stick. You can kind of put them wherever you like back there. Okay, and also to finish her up, her little Be Mine, I'm going to run that just right here on her dress. Of course, this is up to you. You can position this wherever you like. And then let's go ahead and put some hot glue on the bottom of that little block. And we decided this is going to be our front and this is our top. And I'm just going to glue her on right there. Isn't that cute? She has her little stand. You can see how everything just looks so pretty all the way around. All right. And then on our block, here's my little word, my little Valentine. I'm just going to just do this with a little bead of hot glue. Any glue works here. Just attach that right on there. All right. And then we've got this little bit of white fur. Now, what I like to do with this is I like to just cut this up in some little pieces. I think it's a little bit easier to work with. And the object here is not only does this look just so ethereal and pretty, but we want to cover up that block. You know, we don't want that showing. So I'm going to just start out by doing just that and just laying a little bit right here like so. You can adjust it with your hot glue wherever you want it. And then I'm going to run one just kind of around this way. Just kind of push it in, fluff it up, and finish back here. This is probably like, I probably gave you a little bit too much. So, you know, you don't have to use it all. You can just trim it and get rid of what you don't need. Or you can just like use your glue too and just push it in. Okay, like so. All right. See, there's like that little edge sticking out there. I'm actually just going to put a little glue and push it in instead of cutting it off. Okay. Is she looking cute? Now, how about my little finishing touch? Of course, is going to be some glitter. And just grab like a little smaller brush here so I can paint. Make sure you guys can see that. Paint the Mod Podge right onto this little red heart. Okay. Sprinkle a little red glitter on that. Let me just blow that off. There we go. And what I did here also on the little our little sample was added a little bit of glue there on those roses and use kind of a crystal glitter on that. And I also went around, I did use a bigger brush, and I went around and kind of scraped glue off all the way around the edges and dipped it in that crystal glitter too. And you can see it made a really pretty little trim all the way around her little angel wings. So like, this is adorable. I think this is one of my favorite little Valentine things that I've done. And let me just clean this up and let me show you what I tucked in the back of that kit for you and what you'll be making. In the back of your kit are 2 little bonus freebies from me to say thank you. And you can do whatever you like with them. I did make a quick video with some ideas for you. So when you're done making your Valentine fairy, you can pop over for some inspiration. And that link is below. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you were inspired, and I will see you for our next project. Happy Valentine's Day.